I'm Peggy Anne Salz. This is App Talks at App Promotion Summit, a must-attend event, and if you've attended them a couple of times, then you will not have missed my next guest because she speaks at many of them. In fact, I know her as a speaker, and now I get to sit down and chat, which is enjoyable because every time you spoke, Jessica, it left an impression. So Jessica Gotti at Paired, now head of performance marketing, and I remember a couple times you blew me away when it was like, oh, we're trying these channels, or we're doing CTV, or we're thinking about this, that, and the other. So it was always a little bit on the edge of the possible. So no pressure, but I rely on you to be looking beyond the now into the future. What was like the highlight of 2024, the channel, the approach that you tried in performance marketing that really was personally satisfying for you? Let's put it that way.
So I would say in 2023, the biggest accomplishment we reached was to shift from app funnel to web funnel.
Ah, you did that.
I know there are so many apps that are already doing it. So Headway is like a master in this. It took us a bit of work before being able to achieve that point of success, I would say. But indeed, eventually over this 2024, it happened. So we started small with web to app first, meaning that we were driving user through a landing page, and from the landing page redirect them to the App Store. Cool. So we were leveraging, let's say, the good, the user level visibility given by, web campaign and the web landing page, but then eventually redirect them to the App Store. So it was easy to implement. Some tricky part when it comes to the measurement.
Data when you do that.
Yeah, exactly.
You see the journey, and so it's like, oh, problem with data? Signal loss? No, I picked up my signals.
Back to before 2020.
Exactly.
A dream coming true. So it was great. But then we wanted to take the next step, which was building the web onboarding, meaning that we wanted people to stick to web. So go through the web onboarding and purchase on web. So in order to not only enjoy the user level visibility, but also
that they get a great experience.
Great experience, indeed. But I would say that in general, web campaign they reach a really high quality user, more mature, let's say. Yeah. But also, since you are driving them through web, you don't have to pay commission to Apple.
Absolutely.
And Google.
That's another great workaround.
That's a really good one.
Very, very smart. And you have that type of audience because Paired is a relationship app. This is not something that you download and have. You have intention at the beginning, and if you can bring that through web, all the more. So what does the web onboarding look like? I mean, what's the trigger? Would I be reading about it or hearing about it in a podcast and I enter into the funnel? How do I get into the web funnel in the first place, and what do those steps look like? Because that's fascinating.
Yeah, so right now we are leveraging a mainly paid social acquisition channel when it comes to web onboarding specifically, meaning that we're running campaigns on Meta, on TikTok. We're exploring also Google Ads, display, YouTube, and we are driving them through the web onboarding. We are trying to also make the flow as personalized as possible to the customer needs. Especially recently, creative have become the most important way to reach your target. So we are exploring different copy, different messages based on the user, on our target user. So Paired is a relationship care app. So it can really fit for any couple in any stage. You can be dating, you can be building a family, and there are so many different needs, and you need to bring these needs in the creative. So for example, one of the most successful one is around the communication issue. Our copy, our ads is all around communication issue, and when the user reach the onboarding, there needs to be a match with the landing page. The landing page main copy is about, you want to fix your communication issue, you want to make a bridge, like build a bridge with your husband, or like something related to how to overcome these challenges when it comes to communication. You are drifting apart, something like that. And then over the onboarding, you get asked I think around 50 questions.
50? 50? Wow.
Yeah, 50. It's pretty long.
Then you do have high intent.
yeah, exactly. People,
then
when they reach
makes sense to bring them in then.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You build, you build a connection with the audience, with your target. You made them invest time and effort, and then eventually they have the final reward to reach the app and reach a personalized guide for the couples. We took inspiration a lot from Headway. I think Headway, but also a bigger player before them, like Noom, for example. They are really focusing on web acquisition, and their onboarding is huge as well.
Yeah.
And really customized on the user needs, not only when it comes to communication, but also on the monetization side.
So I'm just curious. I mean, it's great to get people in through web because, again, you're not paying the platforms, and that's always a plus. What does that look like? How many people are coming in through web? How successful would you say that is? Maybe if you can't give me the exact numbers, maybe a percentage of what that is for a channel for you.
Yeah, let's say that we built the web funnel over the summer, so it's only been a few months. Right now, I would say 20% to 30%.
But that's encouraging. That's
indeed. And this is what we want to go for in 2025. I think it's going to be our main focus.
Above all, because you can change that. I mean, it's not any harder than custom product pages. It might even be simpler. I don't know.
The idea, yes, because you don't need to go through the App Store or Play Store.
So you can change it anytime. If you're fast enough, you can change it.
Exactly. If you have the right tool for A/B testing, the right team behind that, because it's also about the resources. I mean, you need to consider web onboarding as a different product. You have app product and you have web product, and so you need people there that test, run monetization,
anyone who brings the two of them together, because ultimately those two journeys do come together when I get to the app. So I guess it's like, I guess they're in separate places, but then have to come together at some point. Where are you
not in the onboarding, but after that, when it comes to the product experience, of course, it's important that indeed there is alignment with what they were expecting from the web, and they find.
So what was that like in the team? I mean, here we are, we're app first, we're mobile first, we're so cool, and it's like, yeah, guys, we're going to have a new project. You're going to do web onboarding. Like, whoa, what are we doing here? So how do you explain that or get that team to understand that this is really important to the business and actually important to the app journey, because it needs to be consistent no matter how you're bringing me in?
Yeah, exactly. It was a huge change, something that we are still adjusting because, again, we are exploring it. So we didn't build a dedicated team for web product, but we merged it with the growth team. So the growth team is supporting the performance team in this project. So we are working together. So we got a dedicated developer for the purpose. We have a growth manager taking care of A/B testing, and we have the creative team, the performance team that is taking care of upper funnel. So bring the user in, try to get the learning about what is the topic you need to customize, the personalization approach to use, running analysis of competitor and bring the insight in. So it's a lot about collaborating and use the resources we already have in the company. And if we find success, then we are going to think about building a dedicated team for web. But I think it's more a process, step by step.
How personal can that be? Because when I think about mobile, one of the things is always, it's personal, it's pedestrian, it's with you all the time, it's portable. So there's different signals, there's different stuff going on. So the app journey was going to be hyper personalized as opposed to other levels of personalization. A web is, I remember the old argument, everybody uses the computer, but only one person uses the phone type of thing. So it was like the web was okay, mobile was better. What about the levels of personalization that you can get in web? Is it with the copy? Is it you have inserted videos, creative? Because it seems that you have to be broad at the same time that you need to be personal. It's a challenge.
Yeah, exactly. I think we leverage a lot what we learn at the creative side. So based on what we see there, then we adjust the onboarding. So for example, again, let's say that it's about parenting. We want to support couples that are building a family. Then we leverage creative around parenting. We attached a link that is about parenting. The onboarding is all meant for the parent, for parents in general. All the question as well, and it's also based on the question. We are able to, based on the question and the answer the user give. It's a really dynamic web onboarding. So the user give an answer, then the rest of the funnel is gonna change. So we built this dynamic onboarding.
Excellent.
And
any deep linking to make certain I'm getting like to where I need to go in the app to start that part of what you offer, or
no? I think at the end, when it comes to you paid on web, then you get your dedicated domain with the link, and then when you reach the onboarding, it does match with the account you created on web, so it does recollect all the information from there and offer the games, the quizzes, or the question that you are meant to get.
So you were busy this year.
No,
Complete
it was really
change in strategy, and
let's
also
see how
very
it
good.
works out.
Yeah, but it sounds promising, and the numbers are solid. They're encouraging. The savings is solid. 30%-ish to save in these times. That's important because Parrot is a subscription app, correct? Exactly. So
and the
they have to buy
can
into
give
it.
more value to the user. Eventually, you can give the extra discount if they come through web.
Exactly.
And
so the 30%, you could say even there's 5 or 10%, and it doesn't hurt you.
Exactly.
And that's the way to keep users loyal. It makes a lot of sense. So. Seems to me like pushing the envelope is your hobby. What about 2025? How do you go better than that? Is it just perfecting that, or is it bringing in more? Because it seems to me that like alternative channels, those are the ones that are working for you.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's going to be, for sure, I try to make web onboarding, the web-to-web funnel works. That's our goal for Q1 and Q2.
Okay.
But also channel diversification in terms of not going beyond, the traditional channel, Meta, TikTok, Google Ads. We are exploring influencer, which I've discussed about it in the past in the APS, but we are really focusing on make it really one of our leading acquisition channel. So we are trying to grow.
Because you have to be real, and then the best thing would be
exactly.
We were drifting apart. Now we speak the same language. It's just happy ends.
Exactly. Plus, it's gonna help a brand as well. Since it's a new category, a new vertical, relationship care, we need to rely on influencer to make it stronger and push the brand out there.
And probably some experts. Not just like every influencer, because they're like constantly too happy for me. It's like no one's that happy. No one's that thrilled. I just got this. I'm ecstatic. It's like, be real. So maybe in your case, real influencer marketing as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So we are working with relationship expert, Jimmy Relationship Therapy, Jeff, that are quite big in US, but also people in other industry and other vertical, but that still bring advice to the audience.
Okay.
So it's they're
well, that's what I
best.
love, consistency, and I can always rely on you to bring some great advice as well. Jessica, that was fascinating.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Totally unfiltered. I don't have a script. I'm just like, we'll talk to
Exactly.
Jessica.
It was really nice.
Jessica always has something to say, but I didn't expect it to be that insightful. So I'm inspired, and yes, keep it up. And when you come back in a year, we'll hear about more experience, because I know you're trying things first, and that's what I love about you. Jessica, my admiration for you, and thank you for inspiring talk.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.